Hello Canterbury, it is Wednesday the 3rd of September. I hope you've had a great day and now you're settling down to relax into a lovely evening. And that is what you could have next Wednesday on the 10th of September with Mr. Bob Dylan himself. Yesterday, the question to win a double pass was, what middleweight boxer is Dylan singing about in the song called Hurricane? Do you know what it is? His name, Reuben Carter, was the answer, and the winner of that double pass is Mr. Tom Blomfield. Congratulations, Tom, and you and your special someone or friend will be heading along to the Horncastle Arena next Wednesday. So let's find out a little bit more about the event.
These wowed audiences in Hamilton and across Australia. Now Bob Dylan brings his sold-out tour to Christchurch. One show only at Horncastle Arena on Wednesday, September 10. Bob Dylan. Get your tickets today from Ticketek.
Okie dokie, there they are, the double pass. The question today is, what year did Bob Dylan release his debut album and for what record company? You just need to call through down to Bob Dylan Groupie, that'll be Marianne, on 03 3777 033, but shh, don't tell anyone. Okay, so coming up on today's show, we have a bit of an animal theme running through the show. We head out to Rangiora Vet. We have fly fishing, a fly fishing movie, and giraffes are coming to town, to Christchurch. How is that possible? Well, we've got to give thanks to Claire Cowes for bringing this wonderful, wonderful thing to Canterbury. Welcome to Canterbury Live,
Hello.
Claire.
Thank you.
And I can't forget, of course, Rosie behind me.
Yeah,
Very
on loan
impressive.
today.
On loan.
Yeah.
Who's looking a little nude.
She is.
At the
She
moment.
will get decorated with children from the playroom. Yeah, yeah, eventually.
Okay, so let's explain to us, why are giraffes coming to Christchurch?
Okay, so Wild and Art are a company that sort of specialise in these public art projects, and I work for them in Liverpool. So when I came over sort of 2-3 years ago with my husband, who's a civil engineer, the usual reason, I approached the then mayor at the time and said, so it was Bob Parker, about doing something like this in Christchurch, and he was really behind it. So yeah, so it's kind of grown from there really, and we picked a theme of Christchurch standing tall, and that's how it then became a giraffe as the animal of choice to be the canvas for the artists.
So standing tall.
Yes,
okay,
that's right.
Great.
So using the tallest animal with the strongest heartbeat or something like that as well. So we felt it was all sort of behind the whole theme of Liverpool rising up and having resilience and all that kind of thing. So yeah. So
now you did talk about the wild art because, as you said, Liverpool, and there has been other versions of animals and art. I think we've got some images now. I do have a favourite. Not saying the giraffes are not fantastic. No. Oh, hello, we do have the giraffes.
This is our presenting partner here, the casino, Christchurch Casino, and Brett's there looking up at the large one. So Rosie here's the 1.3 metres, whereas this is the 2.5 metre high one, which the 1.3 goes to schools and the 2.5 is sponsored by companies and they go out on the streets.
Very cool.
Yeah, so there you go. There's me reaching up to the nose again. And you see the difference between the little one and the big one. Yeah. That's when they all arrived.
And where have they come from, Claire? Who created them?
So they're made by Wild and Art's creative director. Basically comes up with a maquette, and then they're sort of increased up in size. And they have a supplier, a Dutch company out in the Philippines, who makes all of them for all of their projects all over the world. So yeah, so they get shipped from there.
So how do we get involved then, Claire?
So two ways really. With the school-sized ones, that's primary schools have been invited to get involved, and we've actually got 48 schools now signed up, so we're pretty much fully subscribed in terms of schools. So that's hopefully going to have lots of children all over the city involved. And then the 2.5 metre ones, sponsors, companies are invited to sponsor them, so they sponsor them. And then we've invited artists to send in designs, which they did earlier on in the year, and so the sponsors can then pick from those designs or work with an artist to come up with a design, and then those designs are put onto the sculpture by the artists, and they're all local artists, which is great. A few from other places in New Zealand, but mostly Canterbury. And then we work on a trail and they go out on the city, on the streets all over. Again, we're trying to get them as far spread as possible around Christchurch and just outside. And yeah, and then they'll be launched on the 3rd of November. So
it's not that far away, is it really?
It's not far away. So if you want to get involved and sponsor one, you need to like come now.
Down that camera
yeah,
too.
Sorry, yes, please come now.
So the one behind me is for the schools.
Yes.
And they basically they're all out now. That's it.
Yes.
For schools. But there is the business. Well, potentially the business one's sponsorship.
Yes, we've still
so
got
what do
some
they
of those
cost?
left.
Just put
so
into real.
$8,000
Yes.
to sponsor it, and that includes the artist fee, the sculpture itself, obviously, plinths, and we have a lot of marketing around it. So we've got a really awesome app around it, which is great in terms of navigating people around. So all our sponsors will get a mention on that, and we do a souvenir guide website. Facebook page goes crazy because you can imagine everybody starts taking photographs and they want to post them somewhere and that kind of thing. So yeah, so there's a lot of marketing around it, and yeah, so it basically the sponsorship fee covers everything as part of the project for companies to be involved.
And after it's all said and done, you can actually purchase the giraffes. There's potential to purchase them.
Yes.
So how does that work?
So the event itself, in many respects, for companies in marketing. So if you think of it, it's 3 months of marketing, getting your logo out there, and also having your marketing thing, if you like, being hugged by lots of people. I mean, who interacts with an advert in any other way?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's good in that respect. But then we send them to auction. So in February we'll have an auction at Machino Lounge in town, and they will be
Machino Lounge at the
Christchurch Casino.
Oh right, yep, sure, yep.
Our presenting partner, and they will be sold, and then all the money, well, 75% of the proceeds of that will go to charity. So yeah, so people can then own them, buy them.
So what are some of the charities? I was trying to put in the spot to remember them all, but
it's Child Cancer, Life Education Trust, Life in Vacant Spaces, and Gap Filler. So all charities that are doing good stuff in the city.
And is Harold still Life Education Trust?
Yeah. So it was
those
kind
who have children at home, you know about Harold and you hear about what Harold teaches.
Yes, it's kind of an interesting connection. But also just the work that they do is amazing, you know, and it fitted with the fact that we were working with schools. So yeah.
Okay, so let's just recap. If you are a business, and you think, oh, actually this sounds quite sexy. This is something I can get involved with. I like this idea of hugging my business and really getting a community feel. Just simply go to your website. So Christchurch standstool.co.nz. And if we just want to enjoy and embrace the giraffes, what's the first date that we can actually
So they go out on the 3rd of November. That's when they'll be hitting the streets, and they'll be there for 12 weeks. So they'll be out for the whole of summer, and there's maps and apps and things to help people get around. So they can do the whole lot.
Great. Lovely to meet you, Claire.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet Rosie.
Yes.
And we'll love all those giraffes around the city centre. Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, stay with us after the break. From giraffes to fly fishing. It all happens here, Canterbury Live.
Join us this weekend as we bring you all the stories that captivated us over the past week. CTV Newsweek in Review, Saturday and Sunday at 5, only on CTV.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Stay Well Pharmacy. Whatever the season, Stay Well Pharmacy has you covered. As an integrated pharmacy, we stock all the well-known pharmacy medicines, as well as quality nutritional and herbal treatments. Our team of pharmacists and full-time naturopath are here to help you find the products and advice to suit the needs of you and your family. So come in and see us at Stay Well Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road in Hornby. Stay Well Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets, and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measuring quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom. 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference More Mobility makes.
Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Wanting to add some vibrance to your home, or just looking to brighten up your workplace? No matter the occasion, the Hitching Post has something for everyone. Lose yourself in their extensive range of homeware, art, glass and plasma cut metalwork. The Hitching Post is your one-stop shop for great style and quality. So come on down to the hitching post, 722 Marshland Road.
Join us this weekend as we bring you all the stories that captivated us over the past week. CTV Newsweek in Review, Saturday and Sunday at 5, only on CTV.
Do you know anything about fly fishing? If you ask me, not a lot. Did see a little bit on the fly fishing in the Yemen, you know, with old Mr. Ewan McGregor, but tell you what, it's got nothing on this film. Take a look.
And I've got so many friends in the fishing kind of game that it's just a good experience to get out with some of those guys and just hang out.
Who knew that fly fishing could be so seductive? What an amazing clip. I'd like to welcome Jeremy Burke to Canterbury Live.
Thank you.
No, you must be very proud.
Oh,
when you're looking there.
It's fantastic, eh?
It's just it really pulls you in, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
So, and this is, so can you explain what the Rise Fly Fishing Film Festival, I mean, what is that? I mean, I've personally never heard of it, but...
Well, it started in 2006 to basically promote a fly fishing film that a guy called Nick Raygart was involved in, and he's from Ginclair Media, and it was just something that's never been seen in New Zealand before. And it went so well in Christchurch, that's where the first viewing was, and he started promoting it throughout the rest of the country and then in Australia as well, and just the response he got was fantastic. Again, simply because there's nothing like it out there. There's films from as far away as Iceland, back to New Zealand, backcountry, you know, and everywhere in between. It's just bringing together like-minded people with a pure passion for fly fishing.
I can see that in your eyes, you're getting all that emotion that comes through. So where is the film festival being held?
It's been held in Sumner at Hollywood Cinema 3.
Cool, great venue.
Yeah, fantastic venue. And that is next Wednesday, the 10th.
So the 10th of September?
Yep.
Ooh, no pressure. Someone else is in town there.
So if you couldn't get tickets to that.
Yeah, yeah, if you didn't get tickets, you didn't win them on Canterbury Live. So which film has been the most impressive from the previous festivals you've found?
Well, I found last year there was a film called Predator. Yeah, it sounds like some other film with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, but it's not.
It's a little film, yeah.
Yeah, it's based on the challenges of fly fishing with large fish, large predatory fish, and one of the sections in the film is a Australian is based in Australia, and it's a place called Exmouth, and there's a guide called John O'Shales, I think his name is. He's catching these fish called queenfish, and he catches them on surface flies which pop along the surface of the water, and the fish come up from underneath and just absolutely monster the flies. And just the footage is just fantastic, and it's just such a visual thing. And a lot of fly fishing is very visual, and that's where this fly fishing film festival brings it all together. It brings the passion of fly fishermen as well as what we see, and it's just really what it's all about, you know.
Hey, just putting it out there, Jeremy, wouldn't this be an awesome thing to take your dad along to for a Father's Day present?
Absolutely. Oh, it would be. Absolutely. It'd be a great Father's Day present. That's really the point.
So we can buy the tickets where?
You can buy the tickets online at Gin. I think it's www.gin-clear.com.
But I tell you what, if you googled Rise Fly Fishing Film Festival,
that's how
you'll get everything.
I couldn't remember how much the tickets were, so I googled that today.
Exactly, you can Google it, so it's no hassle at all.
$25,
great.
And it's I think there's films from New Zealand, Australia. There's footage of backcountry Alaska as well.
Don't tell us too much. It's a tease. It's a tease. Thanks so much for joining us today, Jeremy. So make sure you head out to cinema and Hollywood Cinema in Sumner. Stay with us after the break. I met up with Graham Chick.
Drive It showcases the new arrivals to the motoring world, comparing and testing the latest models to discover which one is the best. Drive It, Sunday afternoons at 2:30, only on CTV.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, the naturopath here at Staywell Pharmacy. Working with the pharmacist, I use herbal and nutritional medicine to recommend natural alternatives for your health. This can be to counteract any side effects of your medication, general health advice, or natural options for you and your family. I'm also available for consultations. So come in and see us at Staywell Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road, Hornby. Staywell Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets, and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measure and quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom, 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
Europe in Concert. A new, fantastic international artist performing every week. Saturday evening at 7 p.m, right here on CTV.
Joining me now is Graham Chick. The animal theme today just seems to be running through from one interview to the next. And we've got Kiwis as well. Welcome to Canterbury Live, Graham.
Thank you.
Now, it's the quiet before the storm, as you are the convention governor of the New Zealand and South Pacific district of Kiwanis.
Kiwanis, well done.
Not Kiwiana or Kiwianis.
Kiwanis.
Explain it.
Kiwanis is a North American word which was adopted by the first club of people that started the organisation back in Detroit 99 years ago.
Detroit?
Detroit.
Gee.
And it means basically we build and we serve. So it's quite a good motto for a service organisation, which is what Kiwanis is.
Very strong. So what do you really enjoy talking about with people about Kiwanis?
Well, that's a really good question, because our motto, or our why we're here, is we serve the children of the world. We work for children. So we're fundraising for projects to help children. So we do a lot of work with kids. And what I really enjoy is seeing the smiles of gratitude that you get from the kids. It might be just to give them a hot dog at a function, or an ice cream somewhere, or to lift them up to put them on a merry-go-round at a special Christmas party we have at the end of the year. It's those smiles of gratitude that you get from kids.
So apart from the children, what are the main objectives, though, of the organisation?
The main objectives of the organisation, well, we are global. We're in over 70 countries. So we have our local projects, which we work towards, children. We have our district ones, and we also have our global ones. And our global project is called Eliminate. We're working to eliminate the disease of neonatal maternal tetanus throughout the world. Tetanus is not a problem in New Zealand, but through the tropics it is. And a lot of that's because of poor education and poor traditional practice. So we do a lot of fundraising to help UNICEF, to put teams of medical people into these countries of the world to help. So you know, we're local, we're district, we're global.
Let's talk about the local. What has Kiwanis contributed to in the community locally here in Canterbury?
Perhaps the most visible thing in the community of Canterbury is that we sponsored the Sport Canterbury, a large trailer full of playground equipment. And this was just after the earthquakes. As we know, some of the schools, their grounds were not usable particularly well. And so the Sports Canterbury used this Kiwanis trailer to go from school to school to school, and they take the activity to the children. They'll have a sports afternoon. It'll be group things. It might be relays, it might be egg and spoon races, the simple things that we used to do as kids, but now it's put together on it as a fun basis, and we sponsored that. So that's probably the most visible. Recently we had the local schools science and technology fair, and Kiwanis has a big part in that, traditional big part in that too.
How do you fund it, Graham, though?
Well, you have your fundraisers. My club, we do a lot of car parking at Hagley Park. So if you've been to Classical Sparks and things like that, and you've had to drive in and pay your $3, well, all that goes towards these projects that we run for the community.
Right, so we should think about that when we're moaning about paying $3.
That's right.
That it's going to
back into our community.
Back into the community.
Yes.
So are you always looking for volunteers to come on board?
Always, yes.
And who would be the right person to be a part of Kiwanis?
We would like a lot of younger people to join. The people who've got the energy. I visited a club in Auckland recently, and they were going through the requests that the community asked of them. And I was staggered at the enthusiasm that club embraced those requests and says, oh yes, we could run a Trivial Pursuit night and raise $3,000 for that. Or we could run a stall at the market and raise $2,000 for that. We want lots of younger people who would like to do their community service, as well as the people, of course, who are recently retired, or the people where their family have flown the nest and they're looking for something to replace it.
Those fresh ideas. You have a great website, and that's kiwanis.org.nz. But to you, Graham, why do you keep on doing what you do for Kiwanis?
Because I love the 3 F's of Kiwanis: the fun, the fellowship and the friendship. You make long life friends.
Great, well that's a pretty good marketing point. So what is the next event? You've got the convention starting this Friday, isn't that right?
That's right, Friday, Saturday, yes.
Wow. And can you tell me what's the next event you have though locally that we maybe could get involved with?
Our next local one is, we'll be starting the car parking rounds as the weather improves, the concerts start. The ladies' club are knitting like mad for, they make a lot of baby clothes to present to the neonatal unit in the hospital and places like that.
It's ongoing, isn't it?
It's ongoing, yes.
Thank you, Graham. All the best, Mr. Governor, for the convention.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful meeting you, and I look forward to hearing about more that's coming up in the future.
Thank you.
Well, we've had a fantastic show. We've been all around the countryside, from giraffes to fly fishing, and even a chick. See you tomorrow.
At the Rangiora Vet Centre today, we meet Asher the Burmese cat who's suffering from conjunctivitis.
Hi, Penny. Hi, how are things today?
Oh, not that good.
Oh dear, how's Asher going?
No, her eyes are not good.
Oh. Where are you going today? Oh, she's a bit stuck in that box, isn't she? Hey, Poppet. Let's have a look. Hey. Cool, so her eyes haven't got any better?
No, they haven't. No.
One of the most common causes is viral. Oh. The most common viral cause is feline herpes virus.
Oh, unless you had it and I didn't know.
Yeah, and they can, like, as young kittens, you can get those kittens that are just sort of look a bit snotty and sneezy.
Yeah, yeah.
So what can happen is if she had, for some reason, contracted herpes virus as a kitten, 80% of cats that get herpes virus become carriers. Another really, really common cause of chronic conjunctivitis in cats is chlamydia. And it's not the chlamydia that we get, they're species specific. See her conjunctiva today are really red. Her right eye is worse than her left eye. Okay, and you say that she has blocked tear ducts?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is put a little bit of dye in each eye and see, this is quite a crude test, but to see if her tear ducts flush. So we'll just put a little bit in the eye. Good girl, sweetheart. And a little bit in the eye. It's about uncomfy, isn't it, Poppet? And while we're waiting for that, I'll just check your eyes for ulcers. So this is a UV light. So I'm just looking for ulcers or erosions on her cornea, which is the surface of her eye. Oh, there's a couple of wee flecks maybe coming through there. So that gland there that I'm pulling out now, just for interest's sake, is their third eyelid. If she's got something infectious going on, by taking some cells off that area, hopefully we can see them under the microscope. It's our microscope, and we just place the slide underneath here. We just need to get onto quite a high magnification so we can see the cells that we need in enough detail. This cat does have a secondary bacterial infection. So this slide's got lots of bacteria as well, so this cat's needing some more aggressive antibiotic treatment than the eye drops it's currently been on. Hi, we got some really good cells.
Right.
So what's going on in there? She's got active inflammation. She has quite a high bacterial load in her eye.
Yeah.
So that can be secondary. I don't think that's the primary reason. She's always, you know, because she's had this since she was a kitten, hasn't she?
Yes.
Well, young cat.
Yes.
She's got a lot of white blood cells that are associated with an allergic form of conjunctivitis.
Right.
So with chlamydia, sometimes within the white blood cells there can be an inclusion, and that can be associated with chlamydia. Now, I didn't see any, it doesn't mean that it's not chlamydia. What I think we should do is put her onto an oral antibiotic. It's in a paste form called doxycycline, and that will cover the chlamydia component if there is one, but it will also help treat the bacterial infection systemically. I'll do this evening's now. So the first ones, you don't have to do anything. I always sort of find it easier to sort of grip their little jawbones gently. If you sort of tilt them up a little bit, it's easy just to pop it on her tongue. She'll just eat it up. And the first volume in the tube's always the largest.
Right.
Well done, sweetheart, I know.
Join us next week when Clyde the dog has surgery for an orthopaedic injury.